Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Phase 2 of this season. Welcome to this convoluted state tournament, and I mean convoluted. This is a team, Oakmont, had to travel all the way here to play St. Mary's, and neither team has a winning record. St. Mary's is ranked 31st. Oakmont is ranked 34th. The winner of this will have to play the number 2 seed, which is Pembroke. So it'll be a nice trip for St. Mary's. St. Mary's in the blue, Oakmont in the white. Nick Kuhl, Kuhl, I'll say it twice, hoping I get it right once, is in net for Oakmont. Jacob Carino for St. Mary's. And when I say convoluted, you'll find out what I mean when I talk about, I think if you've watched a few of these programs before, I mentioned how they've taken away north, south, east, and west and made it just state tournament. So everybody competes against everybody in the different divisions, which sounds pretty good. You get a state champion. And you usually get a bona fide state champion anyway because you play through the different divisions, north, south, east, and west, and you wind up playing in soccer at a neutral site, and in basketball you might play at Worcester or Springfield. Some games will play at the Garden or Lowell Centrum. That's out. There'll be no games played in those places because the only games we play will be at the highest rated team will get all the home games. And that will be it. But I don't know why they did this. It's the most convoluted word that I mentioned before, tournament I have ever seen. And I'll give you a lot of examples along the way, but I'll give you 2 unbelievable examples up front. The first one being Saugus girls in soccer will be going to the Cape to play a game at 3:30. But the best one of all is Lintec boys football team. They didn't make the top 16. They were eliminated with a 3-4 record, as was English and classical. Tech was 3-4. They were ranked 18th. The 2 teams above them, 16 and 17, were both 2 and 6. And because they only had 2 wins, it was determined up front you had to have at least 3 wins to get into the tournament. The 2 teams above them were eliminated. That moved Tech into number 16, and they were celebrating. They made the tournament. Then they stopped celebrating when they found out they have to go to Hoosac Valley, which is almost on the New York line. It'll be a travel of 150 miles to go to Hoosac Valley to play a football game. They changed it to 7 o'clock. So if you finish the 7 o'clock game, by the time you get out of there and get on the bus, it's probably 10 o'clock. And then all you have to do is drive the 150 miles home and get home 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's great for the kids. And that's only a couple. I'll wait for timeouts and lulls to go over a couple of these unbelievable matchups. Here goes out off St. Mary's. A little feeling out period here in the early going. So it's almost like Oakmont saying, we have to win this game. It's a long trip home. We don't want to lose and have to sit through that. I do not know what league. Oh, now I do. Midland Wachusett League. They printed it on the bottom of their roster. So the Midland Wachusett League. So you can imagine how far they came to get here. Taking on St. Mary's from the Catholic Central League. So St. Mary's gets a break, but then the winner of this, as I mentioned, has to go play Franklin. Everybody breaking everybody up. Nobody's really got anything going yet. Knocked out off St. Mary's. And it gets knocked out. It'll be a throw-in. I'm going out on a limb here. I'm predicting this game. I don't normally do this. But I think the Spartans are going to win this game. And this is one of those games where if you bet, you can't lose. Because it's the St. Mary Spartans and the Oakmont Spartans. St. Mary's got knocked down. They'll get a free kick right in front of the St. Mary's bench. Lincoln Stiles Jr. is the coach of Oakmont. Mike D'Agostino, longtime coach at St. Mary's, former player at St. Mary's. Knocked to the net, one big hop in Cool's lap. And right next to him was Derek Garcia, looking to hope that he bobbled it, dropped it, left a rebound. He was looking to knock it home. Knocked deep. Garino will come out all the way almost to the 10-yard line. And he doesn't kick it away, he throws it away. Knocking it deep is Maroney. And it gets knocked out by Quinn Sugar. This is a young Oakmont team. They only have 5 seniors. They knock it deep, and it's a foot race. And Maroney wouldn't let him get to the ball. It went out off Oakmont. They knock it deep, looking for Garcia. Getting there first was Sugar knocking it away. It deflects right to Highland. And it's booted away. And here's Cool coming out, grabbing it. And I think that was Ryan Freer bearing down on him, looking for the rebound again. They tried to knock it deep. They knocked it too deep. And Maroney knocks it back upfield. Popped up to the near side. Miller has it knocked away, and then call it out off Miller. Miller was set to put the ball in play. He thought they were giving it to him. They knock it deep down the far side. Can they get there? They just hustled and kept it in. Little give and go broken up by Cornell. They knock it deep looking for Freer. And it gets knocked out by Oakmont. Oakmont with a rush. Walking in, they just got a piece from behind. I think it was LeBron. Looked like they were going to break in, take the shot, and LeBron just stuck in from behind. It looked like Leo Briggs was going to walk in. I think it was him. It's odd. We're 8 miles away, so it's hard to pick up the numbers. I think it was him. One step away from walking alone. LeBron back-checking, knocked it away from behind. The corner kick. They got a head on it. I think that was Sugar. Samiri tried to knock it deep. Miller gave it up and then broke upfield, hoping to get the long pass. And it got broken up by Oakmont. Headed by St. Mary's, Oakmont knocks it back sky high. Headed by St. Mary's. Garcia just missed getting there. Maroney with a rush down the near side. Couldn't keep it in. Pushed a little too far. Oakmont will make a substitution. So still a little bit of a feeling out period. Nobody's really had any earth-shaking shots on net. Out off St. Mary's. And Cornell knocks it out. Back upfield. They missed the header. Bodies go down, they let it go. Both teams went down. It skips past Oakmont, and they couldn't keep it in. Bedard tried, but couldn't get to it. Cornell boots it away again. Oakmont's had a little bit better of the territorial part of the game. But still nothing against either goalie. Tipped by and then headed out. That was Sugar knocking it out. Knocked it away from Miller. St. Mary's will get their first corner kick. LeBrun will take it from the near side. Skips past everybody. St. Mary's trying to keep it in. Can't. This will be the last soccer game of the season. Excuse me, it's been the next to last. Lynn Tech is playing Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock here at Manning Field. And that will be the last game, because even if St. Mary's wins or Tech wins, they will be on the road, because they'll be playing higher ranked teams in the final 32. As we mentioned, the winner of this one will play the number 2 seed. That will be at Pembroke. And I believe that's Saturday, so they'll be right back within a couple of days. They have to push this quickly, because Thanksgiving is coming. From long range, bounces wide left. And if you're the number 1 seed in the divisions, if you keep winning, you just sit home and wait for people to come to you. Because all of the games, right down to the state final, will be at the home field of the higher seed. It used to be you'd get down to North final, Eastern Mass final, state final. It would be at a neutral site. That's not the question anymore. They break it up, but they send it upfield. It went off a foot, and Oakmont knocked it out. St. Mary's will get the throw in. I don't know if they call St. Mary's offside. They were batting for the ball in the corner. They blew the whistle. Oakmont will get to kick it away. Not those 60, 70 degree days we were having a while ago. We're down in the 50s. It's a little bit cool. 50 degrees. 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 And this place will be almost closing. We'll have, I don't know if we'll have a couple of more football games here. I mean, Classical's playing at home. English is playing away. Tech could only get a home game if they lose in the tournament. They would drop down to the non-tournament bracket. They might get a home game. English, I would assume, would get a home game in one of the three. Glasgow's getting one. St. Mary's could get a couple. St. Mary's is ranked number 3. If they win, this being Thursday, if they win tomorrow night, Friday, they would, I would assume, get another home game next Friday. And then depending on how the other games come out, blocked by St. Mary's. I'm assuming St. Mary's would be on the road. Or the game just before the Super Bowl. Connie Hamill did a nice job blocking off the would-be goal scorer so Garino could come out and play that on a hop. And Oakmont puts it away. St. Mary's heads it back. And St. Mary's collects, broken up. They try to push it back. They pushed it too far. It got tipped back to Maroney, who got bumped off the play. He was running forward. All of a sudden, he stopped, like running into a brick wall. We'll have a sub for St. Mary's. Oakmont broke it up and knocked it out. St. Mary's will get another corner kick coming from the near side. We're past the halfway mark of this first half. Still no score. Nothing to choose yet. Nobody's come close to getting a would-be scoring shot on net. There's been a couple that bounced to cool. Headed away. St. Mary's trying to knock it back. Headed away again by Oakmont. And it goes out off St. Mary's. Now they gave it to St. Mary's. And now coming out of the net is Nick Kuehl. I'm saying this different ways. Kuehl. I'm going to say Kuehl. And apologize up front if I'm saying it wrong. They try to get to the middle. St. Mary's broke it up, and they sneak it by. Still with it, they knock it to the far side. A little behind the back action from down deep. Trying to get it to the net. Oakmont won't let it get there. I think that's Sugar. To the middle. Maroney knocked it away. Trying to get around, trying to center it. They let it go to Garino. That was Liam Mullane, young sophomore, which told you, they're a young team. St. Mary's is a fairly young team as well. Oakmont's got 5 seniors. St. Mary's got 6. Cornell breaks it up, knocks it away. And they knock it deep down the far side. Oakmont does a nice job of shielding St. Mary's away. They wouldn't let Miller go get it. And it gets knocked out. And with 14, just over 14 minutes left, we're going to get timeout down the field. It gives me a chance to read some of these ridiculous games. I mean, Revere has to go to Central Catholic. Peabody has to go to Belmont. Oakmont has to come to St. Mary's. St. Paul Diocesan, wherever that is, has to come to Linfield. Lynn Classical has to go to Central Catholic. Saugus has to go to Sandwich. Minichog has to come all the way to Bishop Fenwick. Norwood has to come to Marblehead. Quincy has to come to Peabody. Pembroke has to come to Bishop Fenwick for volleyball. St. Mary's girls has to go to Weston for volleyball. In football, Shrewsbury comes to St. John's Prep. Norwood comes to Marblehead. Apponequet comes to Swampscott. Maynard comes to Bishop Fenwick. Boston English to St. Mary's. South Hadley has to come to Winthrop. Lynn Tech, we mentioned, has to go to Hoosac, 150 miles. Girls soccer. Westboro has to come to Marblehead. And volleyball, Classical, has to go to Franklin. I mean, those aren't next door neighbors. Those are trips you have to make, and some of them are even Saturdays. You're giving up weekends, but you're traveling. You have to travel early. The game gets over after a couple of hours. You're not home until late at night. At some of those football games, changed to 7 o'clock after playing 6 all year. We'll be getting over by the time they get off the field and on the bus and ready to come home. It's at least 10 o'clock. And then you got, in Lynn Tech's case, almost 3 hours. Another one of the teams that has to go to down the Cape. It's a 2-hour ride the school has to take. Then they have to go on the ferry for another hour to get across to play the game. It is nothing but absolutely bizarre. I don't know the reason for it. Maroney hustling, trying to get around, has it taken away. Fighting to get it back, it's taken away again as they doubled up on him. And he slides and knocks it out of bounds. Great hustle by Dylan Maroney. I don't know if he will put it in play. He moved upfield. He's been back on defense. The header, headed away. St. Mary's trying to head it to the net. Oakmont knocks it away. Huge hop. Everybody missed it. And they still missed it. They get it to Maroney. He tipped it by, looking to go get it. And he got whacked. Very good hip check. Almost knocked Maroney down. Now the official is talking to the Oakmont player, saying this is a non-contact sport. I think it was Bedard. Out in front, Oakmont heads it away. Hamill hustles and knocks it back. Off a body, Oakmont can't save it. St. Mary's will get the throw in. So the ball's been down this end a little bit. Almost like the field is tilted. But St. Mary's still hasn't got a legitimate shot on net. Solis knocked it too far ahead. Little touch pass from Vera. And it gets knocked out. Couldn't make connections. Upfield, it went out of play, and both teams will make substitutions. And Oakmont knocks it away. Cornell heads it away. St. Mary's knocking it deep. St. Mary's trying to get a shot off. They finally do. It went wide left. Kuehl went over and got it, but it was going to miss the net to the left side. Knocked away by St. Mary's. And Oakmont, first time in a while they've had the ball down this end. The ball skipped past. And St. Mary's looking to break it up. Bodies go down. No calls. They're letting them play a little bit. One of these two teams will be turning in their uniforms. A little different story with the football program. There's the tournament and then the non-tournament teams. But they'll be playing a minimum of 3 games, trying to lead up to Thanksgiving, which is different than any other state. And now, speaking about football, there's a nice tackle in the open field. St. Mary's will get a free kick. So the Lynn team's classical English. St. Mary's has at least 3 games left, and then Thanksgiving before they have to turn their equipment in. Coming from just outside the 15-yard line at a little bit of an angle, they knock it up, and Kuehl went way up and picked it. It was going to go out of play. And now Solis wrapped up. He put a little bit of a bear hug on Vera, wrapped him up, knocked him down. Trying to get around him to get the ball. Just spun him around, took him down. And I think it'll be Sugar kicking it away. Hamill knocks it back the other way. It skipped past Nelson. Knocked away by Maroney. Maroney's getting involved quite a bit. It goes out off Freya. Going back down deep. Trying to get around. Hamill tried to knock it away. He knocked it off his own player and knocked it back toward the net. And St. Mary's was able to clear it. Now they overrun it. And they have to give it all the way back to Sugar, way back in the Oakmont end. St. Mary's took it away. Oakmont takes it back. Still a feeling out period here. They knock it deep. Oakmont's got a chance. Garino knocked it away. He's way out of the net. And we got a whistle. They took Garino down. Cormier and Vera and Highland were all around. It skipped through. Garino went out to get it. He was able to get a piece of it and knock it away. And then he tried to jump on it and freeze it. They took him down. The officials are talking about something now. They're giving St. Mary's a free kick. They called taking Garino down, but they almost got around Garino. They would have had a wide open net. And then if they could have got the ball back, it's not going to be St. Mary's ball. It's going to be Oakmont's ball after discussion. They didn't call for the takedown because I think they're calling St. Mary's for taking Oakmont down. And Gail Vera is going to get the kick from just inside the 10-yard line. First legitimate scoring opportunity for either team. So the officials got together and they were going. One official was giving St. Mary's a free kick because they took, according to him, Garino down. And then all of a sudden they discussed it and said no. It was St. Mary's taking Oakmont down, and they get the free kick from inside the 10. They drill it up. It goes by everybody. It almost looked like he wasn't trying to get it to the net. Looked like he was trying to get it out in front so they could get a head or a piece. And he just pushed it way wide right, and everybody couldn't get a head on it, and it went out of play. So St. Mary's got a bit of a break there, and LeBron will kick it away. Six minutes and counting left in a scoreless first half. St. Mary's heads it away. Oakmont picks it off. So we take turns keeping the ball in either end. Out off St. Mary's. Tipped away. Trying to line up the shot. They had to stop it, knock it down. It popped straight up in the air, and it was almost knee-high when Travis Rusek was able to take a shot and could get a lot on it. He did get it on net, but he couldn't get a lot on the shot. Garino had an easy save. Pass broken up. Cornell trying to keep it alive. Headed away. And LeBron ran over. He went high. He got the head on the ball, but he ran over Vera doing it. Just inside midfield, the kick. And he just got away with a little bit there. I think that was Jackson leaning on one of the Oakmont players trying to get a hold of the ball. St. Mary's coming full tilt, trying to walk in. It's taken away. Freer goes down, and they're calling it Oh, Nelson. Jackson will be taking the free kick. Coming from right about the 25-yard line for a bit of an angle from the near side. Drives it up. And I think that was Sugar again getting ahead on it. Knocking away. Might have been Nelson. St. Mary's will make changes. Off, St. Mary's out of play. Headed away by Oakmont. Cornell looking to get a piece, can't. Oakmont headed away. They knock it all the way back. They get to Rusak. Trying to tip it ahead. They knocked it out. They were trying to hit Highland, breaking down the near side. Bodies go down, no call. They really are letting them play. Freer's going to get called. They didn't call the knockdown on the Oakmont player when he went down. Now they're calling a little bit of a push, a shove by Freer, so they're picking and choosing. Through this whole thing, the Oakmont bench has been standing up tall. They haven't sat down. Two minutes and counting left in this scoreless first half. This is Division III. There aren't as many division soccer as there are in football. I think football, is still 8. Lead. Oakmont looking to walk in with it, looking to take the shot. They missed the net. He beat everybody. He got in. Everybody went by. He took the shot, and he missed it wide left. The best opportunity for either team. Great effort. Beat the defense. And he's shaking his head saying, how do they do that? How do they miss that Grand Canyon? I think that was Cameron Cormier. He did a great job getting loose, beating the defense. He got the shot, and he hurried it, I guess, because he missed it wide left, and St. Mary's got a big break. So we end the first half the way we started the first half, dead even. St. Mary's, nothing. Oakmont, nothing at halftime. Welcome back to Manning Field as we'll try to sort out who's moving on in this Division III boys soccer tournament. Nothing to choose so far, although Oakmont almost got on the board. Cameron Cormier broke in, did a great job beating defenders, got loose for a shot, and just knocked it wide left. St. Mary's with it down deep. Back to Freya. Trying to center it. Q will come out, pick it off, and kick it away. Both goalies had an easy time. There weren't any real outstanding saves because there weren't any many scoring chances. That one scoring chance that Oakmont had, the real scoring opportunity, that was really the only scoring opportunity for either team in the first half. And it wasn't the goalie, it was missing it wide left. They took turns keeping the ball in each other's end off and on for a while during the first half. Carino had a little bit of an easier time in net for St. Mary's because he didn't really have to do a heck of a lot. And here's a shot that goes up over, hits the crossbar or the netting behind the crossbar and out of play. But St. Mary's had a couple of shots that from long range that took a couple of big hops, and Q was able to handle it rather easily. So it wasn't a really strong scoring opportunity. But Carino didn't have to do anything. Freya looking to take it away. Oakmont takes it back. And he bang it off Cornell. And he blow the whistle and give the turnover to St. Mary's. Oakmont will clear it away. And they knock it deep. Hamill back there, got a foot on it. Oakmont took it away. Trying to center it, got blocked back upfield. Knocked away nicely by Hamill. St. Mary's knocks it deep. Freya looking to get there. Does. Pass out in front. Initially, Freya shot trying to hit Miller out in front. It sailed over his head. Coming down the far side, I think it was Jackson. No, it was Maroney, who threw it out in front. But just as Miller was lined up looking to get a shot, and then St. Mary's getting a shot and knocking it up over everything out of play. They knocked it away from Miller out in front just as he was trying to line up the shot. That was Weber with that, knocking that shot up over the net. And he hit Miller, looking for the Weber header. They knock it deep. Oakmont is going to let it go out. St. Mary saved it. Good hustle by Miller. Oakmont gets it back. St. Mary's keeping it in the Oakmont end. LeBrun knocks it out. I think it was Vera that was trying to tip it by so he could go one-on-one with Garino. Gets knocked out by St. Mary's. Oakmont will have a corner kick. They got a head on it and knocked it over the net. They got what they wanted. They put it right out in front. And I think it was Sugar who was right out in front, went over everybody. He's a big-sized kid. He's got to be way over 6 feet. He went high in the air, got his head on it, but knocked it over the net. So Oakmont came that close to getting on the board first. We got bodies going down. St. Mary's will get the free kick. I think this is Garcia. They're going to push it back. And now it'll be LeBrun. Blocked out in front, headed away by Sugar. Headed back by St. Mary's, headed away again by Sugar. Oakmont trying to knock it deep. Hamill got a foot on it and deflected it. Oakmont trying to get around. No call. Hamill just spun the Oakmont player around and knocked him down. No call. Boy, they really are picking and choosing. Little touches are being called, and wrestling chokeholds and knockdowns are not being called. It goes out. Cornell knocked it away. Miller looking for it. Broken up. And when it bounced up, it hit all the Oakmont players on the hand. LeBrun knocks it away. Freer looking to go get it. Pushed it, slid it out in front. Nice try by Freer. He just tapped it right out in front, hoping Miller could get to it. But Kuehl got to it first and grabbed it and held on. Good bid by Ryan Freer. Lead pass. Hamill gets there and knocks it out. St. Mary's took it away. And it got knocked out by Oakmont. Again, we take turns getting in each other's end. St. Mary's trying to knock it deep. They knocked it out. If they knock it deep, Garino will come all the way out. A little bit of a collision out in front. Weber was trying to keep one of the Oakmont players away from the ball. And he took exception. And gets knocked out by Oakmont. Quick throwing. Back to Freer. Can't get around. Oakmont knocked it out again. Cornell with the quick throw-in. Blocked. Miller got a foot on it and drilled it to the net. He got knocked down. He's not getting up. The official's standing right in front of him, looking at him, and they're not blowing the whistle. They're not stopping the match. Now that was Jackson. They knocked him down. Now Jackson's going to go to the sideline, trying to stretch that leg out. He was down on the turf, and the official was in 5 or 10 feet of him, just looking at him. They weren't going to stop the action, but they finally did. And Frere was going to put it in play. Now it's not Frere putting in play. He just threw it in. That's one of those. Will graciously put the ball back in play, and Q will kick it away. High in the air. Headed away by St. Mary's. Frere looking to get around, trying to walk in, takes the shot. Didn't miss by much. Great effort by Ryan Frere. He beat the defense, cut to the middle, got inside the 15, drilled it, and it was about a foot over the crossbar. That close. And I didn't see anybody touch it, but the official is saying that it went off Oakmont, and they're giving St. Mary's a corner kick. LeBron will take it. Headed away. Sugar got a head on it again. This time he headed away from his net. He's a big presence out in front of that net. Now he just boots it away. Headed back by Hamill. They knock it deep. Looking to get the shot off. Trying to walk in. They shot it wide left. They forced him to go way to the right, a lot further than he wanted to go, and on the fly, took the shot. Garino came out to cut down the angle, and I believe that was Vera. So that had a few fans from both sides sitting up a little bit. Almost a breakaway, but good defense. I think it was Hamill. Forced him to keep going to his right. I didn't see that. That ball was blocked by the hand of Highland. Nice takeaway. They knock it deep. Trying to center it. Hamill's there to knock it away. Another good rush by Oakmont. And St. Mary's hustles and knocks it out. Miller broken up. They knock it deep. Frere looking for it. Collects. Slides it ahead. Gets the pass back. Takes the shot. Q had it. Bobbled it and grabbed it. That was either Jackson or Garcia waiting for him to drop that. He went, got it. He tipped it up in the air, but he grabbed it before it came to the ground, and Garcia couldn't get a foot on it. That was close. Bodies go down again, no call. Oakmont letting it go out. And Sugar will kick it away. These rules still baffle me. The ball went out on the far side. The kick will come from the near side. I don't know who instituted these rules. Freer with it. Knocks it deep, looking for a break. They get around, and they score! Garcia. Freer hit him with the pass. He broke in, got clear, took the shot, got an overcue under the top crossbar, and with just over 23 minutes left in this Division III state championship tournament game, St. Mary's breaks the ice. So now Oakmont has to play catch-up. Freer with a great pass. And Garcia with a great move. Got loose, got a clear shot, and beat the goaltender under the top crossbar to give St. Mary's the lead. Yeah, let it bounce all the way back to Kuehl, and he'll kick it away. Somerville knocked it up. Miller couldn't go get it. Now Miller gets it, tips it to the middle. They drop it back, and it's broken up. Nice defense by Rusak. And it goes out off Oakmont. I'm not sure what's going on now. The official is talking to one of the St. Mary's kids. Not great weather out there. It's chilly, tough wearing shorts. You don't really notice it when you're running around, but come out of the game and sit on the bench, coaches, players, you begin to feel it. A lot of winter gear over on those benches, a lot of winter gear in the group of fans here. Pretty good little smattering of fans at this one. And Mary's comes away with it. They knock it deep. Miller trying to get there. He won't. And he runs over the Oakmont player. Oakmont trying to keep him away and let it go out of play. Miller trying to get to it, and he overran. I think it was Nelson. Sullivan takes it away, takes the shot. It goes wide right, excuse me. And Sugar will kick it away. Bodies go down. And again, no call. Sullivan got a foot on it. Booted away. Headed away, but it was out. Initially got knocked up by Briggs. And Bedard was trying to keep it in, but couldn't. Cornell knocks it upfield. Knocked away and out by Oakmont. Jackson hustles. He gets taken down. They're going to call that one. They haven't called many, but they called that one. St. Mary's will get the free kick from the 45-yard line, dead on. This will be Jackson. And Oakmont knocks it away. And they knock it out of play. Cornell will put it back in play. Everybody went up. And they knocked it off Sullivan. We reached the halfway mark. Just passed. 10 seconds. Actually, a minute, 10 seconds. 18:50 left in the game. The pass from Freya to Garcia, who knocked it home. The difference in the game. St. Mary's leading 1-0. Just past the halfway mark of the second half. Free kick coming. Jackson knocks it up. St. Mary's got a piece of it. But Kuehl picked up the loose ball and boots it away. Off Sullivan. And he tried to boot it upfield. It went out off Sullivan. Pushed ahead, looking for the shot. Carino made the save. Outstanding save by Carino. They fought off the defense, got the shot off. It looked like it was going in the far corner, and it got blocked. Carino with a great save. I think it was Bedard that fought off the defense and got the foot on the shot. And Carino made a great save. Carino's only a sophomore. Little behind the back, kicked it through. kicked it right through the legs of the defender, a little behind the back action. I think that was Freya. They booted across. Oakmont kicks it straight up in the air. Now it gets headed away. And they knock it deep, looking for a break. They push it ahead. And nice defense, LeBron. He got in the way, didn't let the would-be scorer get to the ball. Now they center it, they take the shot. It just went wide. Carino might have got a finger on it. I think that was Vera. They hustled, they got it across. Carino dove. He might have got a finger on it. It was going wide left anyway. Oakmont coming awful close the last two times downfield. Carino making a great save, and then cutting down the angle on that last one, and they shot it just wide left. And Oakmont knocks it out. There was no question Oakmont knocked that out, and they're giving it to Oakmont. Vera absolutely knocked that out. Headed to the net, knocked away by LeBron. Oakmont broken up. They get it back. Deflected off St. Mary's. Oakmont pops it up. It's loose. Carino came out to get it. He was reaching for it, and it got tipped away by Oakmont, but it went wide left. So they've been all over the net the last few minutes, but it's still 1-0 St. Mary's. They knock it deep, and they knock it a little bit deeper. Oakmont gives it back to their goaltender, Kuehl. Cornell knocks it away. And it goes out off St. Mary's. We'll have substitutes for both teams. Out. Freya wound up on the track. It wasn't Freya. I think it was Jackson. And it wasn't. It was Garcia. Numbers are awful hard to read. And I know that Derek Garcia is extremely happy that I gave him credit scoring the goal off the pass from Ryan Freya. But officially, they gave the goal to the young freshman, Anthony Gomez. And the funny thing is, when I went to my cameraman, who has a much better shot, and his body's going down in front of the net with no call again. My very capable cameraman, I said to him, did you see number 11? He said, no, I saw 31. I said, there is no 31, but then I realized there is a 31. And now we find out that officially they gave the goal to Anthony Gomez, the freshman. And I know that Derek Garcia was very happy that I gave it to him originally. I did get the pass right. It was Ryan Freya. To the near side. Yeah, little body check. They took down Briggs. And again, no call. Headed away by Cornell. Sullivan broken up. They knock it deep. Freya will put it in play. And it goes out. Out off Oakmont. Freya trying to center it. Oakmont got a piece. They get another piece and knock it away. Pop back to the net. Loose out in front. Q will grab it before St. Mary's can get to it. Oakmont coming back. Can't get around. St. Mary's knocked it out. Out in front, they couldn't get a foot on it. Now they pop it up. Garino knocked it away. St. Mary's clears it away. It was loose. They couldn't get a piece of it. I think it was Weber that finally knocked it away. Garino reached for it, tipped it, couldn't get it, and it was Weber that knocked it deep. They couldn't get a lot on it, Oakmont, as they headed out. They couldn't get a lot on the ball. They just kind of tipped it back toward the net. It was bouncing around. Garino reached for it, got a hand on it. Couldn't grab it, and then Weber very alertly kicked it away. Oakmont right back at it, blocked nicely by Hamill. They knock it deep. Kuehl comes way out of the net and knocks it out of play. Actually knocked it upfield. St. Mary's coming back. Knock it out in front. St. Mary's couldn't get a foot on it. Wasn't from lack of effort. Behind the back to Freya, trying to walk in. Broken up nicely by Oakmont and booted away. Miller got a head on it and went out of play off him. Kuehl hustling. Time running out on Oakmont's season, trailing 1-0 here in this preliminary game of Division III state championship tournament. Hamill knocks it deep. Freer, bodies go down. Freer walks over Briggs. Nelson boots it away. Skips loose, broken up. Out on St. Mary's. St. Mary's knocks it upfield. Oakmont has it taken away. Oakmont takes it back. St. Mary's takes it away. And they knock it deep. St. Mary's picks it off. They knock it deep, looking for a break. And they call St. Mary's offside. Miller got a break. He was about 2 steps too soon. Nice pass again from Ryan Freer, but offside. And we're down to the final 5 minutes and counting. Broken up by St. Mary's and cleared away by St. Mary's. Oakmont will let it go out. They get a little giddy up in their step, Oakmont. St. Mary's knocks it deep. St. Mary's gets there and keeps it in, and then Oakmont will knock it out. So St. Mary's got where they want it, deep in Oakmont territory with a 1-0 lead. Late in the game. Clock now kept on the field by the officials as they shut the scoreboard clock off with 5 minutes left. It bounces over everybody. Kuehl will get it and throw it upfield. Oakmont had to wait for it. Mullane starts it back. You give it back to Briggs, knocking it deep. Cornell to Sullivan. Skip past. Freer runs over Nelson. And then Sullivan ran over. Oakmont scores to tie it up. They tipped it ahead. They got a body on it at the side of the net. I think it was Sugar. Bodies went down. The ball got loose. It bounced toward the net. Sugar was there, got his body on it right at the far post, punched it in, and we got ourselves a tie game. The Oakmont fans, there's quite a few of them here, got excited there. They thought it was over. 1-0 late. Just a couple of minutes left. Looking for a break. They take the shot. They shoot it way wide right from the right side, throwing it way left, high over everything out of play. They've had many chances here the last few minutes. And they finally cashed one in. Cornell broke it up. Popped up. Hamill got a head on it. Oakmont breaks it up, trying to center it. St. Mary's got a piece of it. Gets by everybody, and they couldn't get the shot off. The pass went right by everybody coming in from the left side. That might have been Mullane. Either that or it was Highland. And they just couldn't get to it. St. Mary's got a piece of it. And the corner kick will be Oakmont. With time winding down here. They get it up. They knocked it over the net. They've done that a couple of times on corner kicks. St. Mary's will make a substitution. I think that was Sugar again getting ahead on it. He went down the side of the net. Kick was a little bit long. LeBrun will kick it away with time winding down here. Last few minutes have been all Oakmont, and it paid off with a tying goal. I know what would happen if this was the Lynn City tournament. They blow the whistle, the game is going to end in a 1-1 tie, regulation in a 1-1 tie. Now, I don't know whether it's going to be overtime or a shootout. We'll find out. But right now, officially, still nothing to choose between these two teams. St. Mary's ranked number 31. Oakmont, number 34, trying to move on to play number 2, Franklin. But Franklin will have to wait because we're going to have at least overtime as it's 1-1 here at Manning Field. Welcome back as we go into the procedure now is there are, if needed, 2 10-minute overtime periods and then a shootout. So right now we're going into a 10-minute overtime. And I have to correct myself. I've been saying Franklin will have to wait. They go move on to play Franklin. They don't. They move on to play Pembroke at Pembroke at noontime on Saturday. So Oakmont kind of took it to St. Mary's the last few minutes. The clock was winding down. We were into the 5-minute left in the game. It looked like Oakmont's season was over. Garrido came way out of the net to try and pick. The ball bounced. It went over everybody. It rolled right to the net. And right at the far post, Sugar just nudged it in, tied the game up, and the Oakmont fans who are here just went into hysteria. They let everybody know they're here. They've been sitting on their hands because they thought the game was over. With the clock winding down, and they got very excited and happy when the goal was scored. Hamill knocks it away. So both teams live a little longer. St. Mary's thought they're going to live a lot longer. Oakmont took that away. Now St. Mary's has to hustle. And it went out off Oakmont. You know, I guess Oakmont called for bumping. Nobody went down, and they called that. People have been getting laid out, and they haven't been calling that. It's hard to believe what these officials are calling. LeBrun drills it. I'm not sure what that call was, but it's going against St. Mary's. I don't know if there was contact trying to get to the ball. St. Mary's knocks it away. Saved by Cornell. Oakmont takes it back. Knocked away by Hamill. Oakmont right back at it. They knock it deep. Garino will grab it with a white shirt bearing down on him. That might have been Sugar. I think they moved Sugar up front. He was playing defense. St. Mary's trying to walk in, knocked away. They knock it deep. Deep down the far side, Oakmont collects. And gets knocked out. Nice defense by Cornell. Oakmont tips it behind their back. Looking to walk in, they missed the net. Great pass behind the back. Set the goal up out front. I think it was Sugar. And he had a little bit of a tough angle. He tried to stick it in. He was on the foul side. He tried to stick it inside the near post. And it sailed over the net and out of play. And his body's going down. And they call this one. St. Mary's will get a free kick. Just about at the 20-yard line from an angle at the far side. They line drive it. Kuehl got a hand on it. Couldn't catch it. It went off his fingertips and went all the way to the near side and out of play. And Mary's pops it up out in front. Kuehl will come out, take it away from Miller. And they boot it away. Just knocked away by LeBron. They kind of try to push it by. St. Mary's took it away, and they knock it deep. Oakmont saved it. Garcia knocked it away. They knock it deep, looking for Frere. And he bangs it out off Nelson. Miller looking for it. I think that's Briggs knocking it away. They knock it deep. They knock it deep down the far side, Oakmont. Out in front, they dang it home, and Oakmont wins the game. They threw it out in front. They knocked it into the wide open net. And they just surrounded the young man. They knocked it to the far side and went down in the corner. They threw it out in front. He was all by himself, and he banged it home, and it'll be a happy bus ride back to Oakmont. By the time I was looking to find the number, we're trying to come up with a number to give credit, and we can't. It might have been Bedard, 18. People thought it was 19, but there is no 19 for Oakmont. So, but Oakmont can celebrate. Boy, they survive. This is going to be a very tough loss for the Spartans. They got a nice pass from Ryan Frere, crossing it out in front. It was knocked home by the young freshman, Anthony Gomez. Early in the second half, they scored the goal to make it 1-0, and it stayed that way very late in the game closing down. There could have been more than a couple of minutes left in the game, and Carino came out of the net to try and get it. The ball bounced over his head, went to the net, and Sugar was there to just kind of nudge it into the net, tie it. We go into overtime, and with overtime, the first overtime winding down, possibly going to a second overtime, a great pass went to the far corner. They threw it out in front, and we're going to give credit to Michael Bedard that he was out in front, and he had a wide open net. He just tipped it, deflected it into the open net, and Oakmont can celebrate the win. St. Mary's will lose here at home, and it will be Oakmont moving on to play Pembroke on Saturday afternoon. St. Mary's finishes up a good season. They got a very young team, and they did a nice job all year. They made the tournament. They were successful in the league, and they can look forward to all those young people coming back with a strong unit coming back next year. So congratulations to Coach D'Agostino and the St. Mary Spartans for having a very good year. And congratulations to Oakmont for a big win here, scoring in the last couple of minutes of regulation and scoring in the last few minutes of overtime to eke out a 2-1 win over St. Mary's. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.